Okay, gang, I did this in 2007. I originally put this together back, it was about 2006, 2007. Actually, it was a little bit earlier. It was around the time when I had met Sky Diva, when I was over at LBR Group, and we were in Chicago. And I was doing a talk. Linda had asked me to do a talk at lunchtime for a group of traders. Now, the traders and people that she had been in the industry for years. These are guys from the Market Technicians, the Association of Technical Analysis, people that she's had relationships over the course of the years. And it just... hold on a second. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So she said to me, she goes, why don't you do a talk at lunchtime? And I'm like, what am I going to talk to these people about? They're in the industry for 30, 40 years, you know? So I thought about it, and I went up and I put together a little talk. It was about an hour talk she had me do at lunchtime. And it was in 2005. It was in Chicago. And I decided to talk on laws of attraction. Now, this is right at the time when The Secret was just coming out, but I didn't watch it. I didn't even know about this. But I've been doing this type of work and thinking for years because I was in multi-level marketing. I was in the Amway business, and we had been educated with that. Now, I've been in, was 1988, 1989 during that time. And then prior to that, I was reading a lot of books from Think and Grow Rich and all these Napoleon Hill books and all Norman Vincent Peale. So I was learning about the laws of attraction and all that other good jazz, and it was when The Secret came out that everybody started talking about it, and it was right at the end of their tongue. So I thought, you know what? I can't really tell these people anything because, you know, it's like me telling Steve or you, Solomon, or Rafi, something... and you've been in the market so long, it's, a simple pattern. I look like an idiot. So I thought, well, let me talk about laws of attraction and how I don't care how great you are, you could become greater. I don't care how, whatever you're doing right now, you could always improve if you were to change your thinking. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I know we have a couple of people in the room that are young. We have Gerard. He just turned 22 or 21 or 23, something like that. And we have others in the room that are in their 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. And we have all types of walks of life in our service, and we're going to have others in the future. So how can I speak to these people and tell them anything technically? So I went straight to the mental side. And I put together this little talk. And I knew I was going to do it when I was getting out there. So I thought to do it on laws of attraction. And this was actually a talk I put together. It was a talk I put together back... hold on one second. Back in 2000... This is a talk I put together back then. And it stands the test of time, all right? It definitely does stand the test of time. So it's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena. That's you guys. These are you. This is you, the traders, okay? This is you every single day coming in and trading and putting your career on the line every single day. I know you got Steve and Rafi, and you guys are coming in here and you're swinging, you're fighting. You got Joe that's new, and you got a few of you that are out there just coming in, and you feel like a titan when you win. But it's when you lose, how do you feel? You feel all ripped up and bloody. I know I got the calls last night because my day, okay, we took one or two losses or whatever. Who cares? You're winning and winning and winning. So if you have to step back a little bit, great. It's those who never lose or those that don't admit they lose are full of crap. All right? So we have this straight up. It's transparent, but that's you. All right? You're the guys who the credit belongs to you. You're actually in the arena. Your face or your account or you're bloodied, you're marred with dust and sweat. You're striving valiantly every day. You're coming up short and short over and over again because sometimes you may miss a trade. I know I just got a message from Joe. He missed the second one, but he wasn't supposed to do it anyway. But it's no big deal. But he was messaging me. He was like, oh man, I could have had that. You understand? But there's no effort with error or shortcoming. If you don't make an effort, you're not going to lose. You can't win or lose if you don't take a shot, right? But you guys do know one thing. You know the great enthusiasm, the great devotions of working here all day long, putting our time and effort and just struggling every single day. We're putting it in there. And you know when we catch that trade this morning or this afternoon, it feels great. It feels great. You know those enthusiasms. You're spending it for a worthy cause, for your future. But at the end, we know triumph of high achievement, and at the worst, we fail. But we fail like a man. We fail because we're daring greatly. We're doing what we have to do. You do the right thing, the right things are going to happen. So you're going to have those ups and downs. So the Gladiator, this is actually, it's the critic. It's from Theodore Roosevelt. But we're never going to be with those other souls who don't know victory or defeat. The armchair quarterbacks. All right? Those that are sitting on the sidelines telling you what could have happened or whatever. I wake up every morning, and I do it mentally all day long. You can just tell by my attitude. I'm just doing it all day long. So if you're sitting there, and I do this live, typically when I do my seminars or webinars, I'm doing them live, I'll have the whole room saying to me, come on, repeat after me. Hello, boss. And I go, hello, boss. I'm giving myself a raise today. I'm creating wealth today. I'm a winner. I'm a success. I'll do whatever it takes to succeed. I'll pay the full price of success. I don't want any shortcuts. Shortcuts are for losers. I want to go to full 15 rounds in my fight. There are no shortcuts to success. I cannot and will not be denied because I'm a winner. I'm hungry to win. I'm like a pit bull eating a bone. And the other night, when that pit bull went after Ronnie, I took that sucker and threw it across the street. I'm better than a pit bull. That's how you have to think. I will not give up for any reason. I'm a gladiator. I'm ready to fight. I'll fight the fight, pay whatever price, do whatever it takes, because I'm a winner, and I will not be denied. That's it, period. You see that little dog and that bone? I had a big dog. His name was King Kong, and you're going to see a picture of it in a minute. And it was in South Florida. I was right in front of my apartment. I walked outside, and I had just bought this big bone for King. And that little dog comes over, and he's jumping around. I put the bone on the ground. And I had to take the picture. He's like a pit bull eating the bone. That little bone was twice the size of that dog. This guy, William. We were doing, Linda was doing a talk at the expo, and what do you mean you see nothing? Oh, hold on. You don't see nothing? Okay. Okay, it's not a big deal. I fix it. I'm sorry? Don't worry about it. Okay, we didn't get too far. Don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry. I just get off on a tangent. I just go. So that's how I start the day. All right, and there goes the picture of that little dog, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. And I'm recording this, so no worry, Big Daddy, okay? All right, and there's William. All right, so we're coming up to this point. The room is worth it just for the laughs. When we go on the when I play it back, it's already going to be recorded on the screen, so you guys will get a YouTube video on it, okay? William, back in and even if it's not as clear or perfect on the on your side right now on the video, it definitely is clear on my side and how it's being recorded. So don't worry about it. I'll have a link and we'll send it out. And I apologize. I thought I had the Hotcom recording it. Okay, so we're good. We're good. All right, William, back in 2003, I think it was 2003, 2004. We were coming into the New York Expo in the Traders Expo in February in New York, and I get an email from a guy, William, and he says, "I wanna talk to you about mentoring." And I thought he was coming to the expo because I don't read. All right, I just scan and I thought he was coming because I was all excited about this expo. So I said, I want to talk to you. So I sent him an email. I said, well, if you're real serious, meet me at Trade Station desk on Saturday morning. So Saturday morning rolls around. This is like a week before. And he says, okay, whatever. So Trade Station, I'm there at the Trade Station desk saying hello, and Linda's getting ready to do her, Linda already started her talk. And this guy comes walking over. There was 3 big guys. They were my size, and they had suits on, black suits. I'll never forget it. And I hear them walking over, and they're going, Chris, 30! And they're putting their arms up, and they're walking fast. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I did something wrong in construction, and I got these freaking union gangsters going to come after. What did I do now? So maybe I should have been in the Marriott Hotel. Who knows? They come over, and the guy's hugging me. He's like, Chris Terry, I'm here. The guy flew from Slovakia. He got on a plane from Slovakia, check this out, and came all the way to the USA, to the Traders Expo. And we sat for a little bit, and I brought him up to Linda's workshop, him and his 2 friends, and left them up there for the rest of the day, and they came out later on. They were all excited, and we spent time. Fast forward, in this past summer, guess what? One of the guys was there when I was in Trade Station in 2012 in June. He was sitting in the front row. He stayed in the business for the last 10 years. So it's actually, I think, on one of the webinars I did for the expo. I think they had it up there. But he actually stayed in the business from the time we met back then. The other 2 quit, and he stayed in for the past 10 years and became supposedly pretty good, successful, whatever. He was in the front row, and he goes, you remember me? I'm like, I don't remember you. He's like, I was with William. And is that amazing? It's just, the lives that you can change. So, but being hungry, the guy did whatever it took to show up in New York because he was hungry, and he was in Slovakia and wanted to be successful in the markets, and he thought, I'll just go wherever it is. So positive programming, we want to put out positive words. We want to put out positive actions. You want to put out your positive thoughts. Your subconscious will eventually take control. With your words, when they come out of your mouth, you're speaking into existence things for the future. You see, it's one thing to think about it, but when you speak about it, it goes out of your mouth into your ears, and you are programming your brain. If you think about this, your conscience gets it, and then it gets recorded into your subconscious, which is the world's most powerful computer. Okay? Your brain, believe it or not, is the world's most powerful computer. All right? Of course, we're not going to, if there's some super quadrillion interconnections up there, but there's things that computers can't do that you can do. You have the world's most powerful computer, and you can program it how you choose to. Okay, the computer is blank. Your brain is blank. What you say has just started programming the computer. Same if you were typing in code. So we're predicting a future with our words. We're talking the future into existence. We will become what we say we are. We have to start working on the inner self before the outer self can change. What does this mean? It means when you're speaking these positive words, these positive thoughts, I'm a success, all those things that you put into words goes right up into your mindset. I am a great trader. I am the Muhammad Ali of trading. I'm a great technical analyst. On and on and on. And you just continuously put this up there and build your confidence level. So you start building that, and it'll start changing the outer self. You start building the inner self. It starts coming out. And you start being more open to receiving more messages, positive thoughts. Okay? So it all works together. So let's go to the next one. Our programming, our conscious mind is storing this information to a subconscious, as we just said. Like a computer, our conscious stores the information. And your subconscious acts accordingly to how it's programmed, and it's programmed to the smallest details without question. So if you go and you start thinking about all the things you said and how you've been thinking throughout the course of the day, how does that feel? So I spoke to somebody last night. And he's like, well, I get nervous in trades, or I get nervous with this, or you're speaking. The worst thing you could do is you could speak that. Because you're programming your mind to be nervous. And it becomes a vicious cycle. So if you're talking about, oh, I'm stupid, oh, that's a stupid thing, or I shouldn't have done that, I'm retarded, just you're putting out there, or that I can't figure this out. That's no good, because you're going to continue to not figure it out. You're going to continue to be stupid and do stupid things. You follow? So you cut that stuff off, and you program yourself differently. You speak differently to yourself, because then it's going to come out of your voice, out of your brain, your subconscious, out through your mouth, and then it's going to come right back into your ears. It becomes a cycle. All right, you want to get off that little wheel, that little rat wheel that goes round and round and round and round. You want to step off of that and not be like the rest of the world. The rest of the world is obviously screwed up. You got bombings in Boston. These two young kids, whatever got into their heads. Okay? Imagine if their life was a little bit different, if they were just thinking a little bit positive a year ago. They wouldn't have done something stupid like that. All right? Same thing with your training. You have to be putting yourself positive. Put out all that good stuff, and it just keeps programming your mind. Now, you can either have a high self-image or a low self-image. Self-image. What's the image of yourself? And your self-image is and self-worth is in correlation to your net worth. If you feel low, oh, I'm never going to get this, I'm doing okay, I'm working real hard, just trying to get by. Well, you're going to continue to get by. You're going to continue to not do so good. Or, I'm the best trader in the world. I make points every day. I'm creating wealth. You speak that way, and you know what? It's going to happen. You're going to build your self-worth up, and your network is going to rise. There's a saying, rising tides raise all ships. So if you raise your attitude, you're going to raise your self-image, which will raise your net worth, because your self-worth will rise. Donald Trump has a very high self-image, a high net worth. Obviously, a lot was given to him, but he created a lot of wealth. There's guys that have been in the room. Look at Lewis. He's not here right now. But here's a guy, when I met him, you had to hear him. You had to hear him when I met him. I'm losing the construction. I'm about to lose my bed, blah, 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 all the negative. I told him, buddy, for a guy who's so successful physically, him and his wife, these guys are like the pinnacle of health. Come on. And we had a battle for the first 6 months. Him and I fought. I mean, we fought. I wouldn't give up on him. He wouldn't give up on himself. But we fought. And finally, there was a time where it was like after a month or two, I said, you know what? Go screw yourself. I don't need this. And I just basically cut him out completely to see if he would sink or swim. And he swam. And we became tight, good friends for the past 7 years. All right? His self-image was so high. His self-worth became so high. He realized he has the tiger by the tail with the markets. All right? So God bless him. He's going to have a great future and help people on a worldwide, global basis, including you, including me. This stuff he sees, that, you know, it helps me. I like when he talks. You got Joey out there. You know, he's going to be doing, and Sky Diva Sue, when she gets back, she's all about this type of stuff, and it's important. All right? People say, Chris, what's this whole thing, this attitude? What's the importance of it to technical analysis? It's more important than the charts. Having your head right is way more important than the charts. Okay? And you're never going to rise above the self-image that you have for yourself. Because if you think you're a billionaire, by the time you get there, you're going to think you're a multi-billionaire. And by the time you get there, you see, if you think yourself at a certain level, I'm going to make $100,000 this year. By the time you get to 100, you're feeling like a $250,000 man. You have to have an image that you are a warrior, a powerful, powerful warrior. Remember Ali? I'm the king of the world. I'm the greatest. I'm bad. I'm pretty. I can't possibly be beat. I'm young. I'm pretty. And I can't possibly be beat. Remember Muhammad Ali? This guy spoke it into existence before he even fought. I'm going to raise my hand and Foreman's going down in 5. No one ain't got it. You know, he used to just make up stuff and knock people out in 2. On him with 1, 2, he's going to be knocked out. And you know, Ali used to talk it into existence. They can get in there and play the game and do it. Okay? Dress for Success. Back in 1983, I started in construction, and I had got out of high school. I wasn't the best student. Obviously, I'm not technically or whatever. I didn't go to school. All right, let's call it what it is. I just never showed up. So I had to get a job in construction. So my first job, I was a laborer, and I was carrying sheetrock up and down high-rise buildings. And they would really mess with you. The people that are in the foremen and lead carpenters, they would mess with you. And Joe, I'm sure you're going to laugh at this. I'm on the first floor of the building, and the foreman would come up to me, the bosses, and they would go, Chris, get this bucket. Take this bucket and get up to the roof and get me a bucket of steam right now and bring it down here immediately. Come on, let's go. Up, get going. Take the stairs. And I would run up the stairs. I'm running 5 floors, 10 floors. And I forgot what I was doing. I knew that when I got to the roof, I had to ask the assistant foreman up there for a bucket of steam. I got up there. I'm like, I need a bucket of steam. And the guy's like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Get back down to the first floor. Give me some dull birds and cribbits. I'm like, what? I said get to the first floor. Forget the elevator. Run. Dull birds and cribbits. I'm like, what's a dull bird and a cribbit? I didn't care. I just know how to go get them. And I ran all the way back down 45 floors. I got to the first floor. And here these 2 foremen and supervisors are with their walkie-talkies going, all right, the idiot's coming back down. All right, I'm going to set him back down. Yeah. And all the way back down, I'm on the first floor going, look, I got to get dull birds and cribbits. I just have to get them. I got to the point I was talking to myself. They made me crazy. Fast forward, about a year ago, I met my original supervisor in the street. And he goes, remember when you were young? And I'm like, oh, man. But I realized at that point, I didn't want to work like that for the rest of my life. Because I walked around the construction site and everybody was kind of young. And there was no older people. So that wasn't a positive. I'm like, well, what happens after like 40? What happens to the people, you know? So I went to school. I wanted to go to school, but first I needed to change what I was doing, and I was speaking to my uncle, and my uncle said to me, he said, "Look, you got to dress how you want to be. You have to act now how you want to be in the future. You got to do today what you want tomorrow." He was phenomenal. He was a genius. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the boss. I'm going to be the boss of bosses. So I went out and I bought a suit for like 99 bucks at I don't know, Loman's or whatever it was. I forgot what the store was at the time. And I bought this suit, this $1 tie, and I bought my shoes, and I bought a briefcase. So every morning I would wake up in Yonkers, New York. I'd put on my clothes, my suit, my shoes, my tie. I was 17 years old. 17 years old at the time. 18 years old. And I put on my suit, my tie, my briefcase, and I would walk for about 2 or 3 miles into the Bronx, get on a train, take it to New York City, and I would go to work every day. And I'd sit next to people, and what do you do for a living? Me? I own a construction company. I'm the biggest in New York City. I'm one of the youngest owners in New York City. I am running a phenomenal blah, 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 blah. And I started thinking that. And that's how I went to work every day. And then then the boss noticed. He says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, my uncle told me this is how I have to be." My uncle was a supervisor with the company. He had left to go start his own business, so I stayed there. And the foreman, I used to go inside the shanty where they would do all the blueprints, and I'd start learning. Well, one day the owner, an older guy, walks in, and I'm sitting there reading the blueprints with a suit and a tie. I would change every day, go to work, and then change at work, clean up on the dirty floors and everything, and put my suit on. So it's after work, everybody's gone, and I'm reading the blueprints because I wanted to become the best. And this older guy walks in, he goes, "What are you doing here? Who are you?" I said, "I own the company. Who are you?" He goes, "Well, my name is Joseph Jamboy. I'm the owner of Jamboy Brothers, and I don't recall you being my partner." I said, "Well, nice to meet you." You finally got to meet me, you know. So we talked, and I told him what my goals were. I told him why I was doing this, and he put me in the office the very next day to learn how to estimate. And he sent me to school to do stuff at night with New York University, Pratt Institute, and New York Institute of Technology, and Mechanics Institute. I was going to 4 schools at night and working during the day, and became his top estimator, became a supervisor and estimator, and then ended up leaving and started my own business later on. And we built a pretty significant company, but that's how it started because I was thinking in the future, not how I was at the time. Forget the markets. We did our work today. We did good. The power of the spoken word. We can change our self-image from our words. We have seeds of greatness inside of us. The words are seeds that have creative power. Our words have the ability to produce results from what we say, good or bad. Again, all words program our subconscious. Our subconscious will do the work according to how we program it. It's a supercomputer. We either create fortunes or create debts and disaster with our words. And we know this. All right? We know this. All right? We know this. These are things that we know already, but we never really think about. Words of destruction. All right? Words are the most powerful weapon on the planet. Wars have been started and ended on the power of the spoken word. Just think about this guy in Korea with all his words, his yapping. They got boats in the middle of the sea right now thinking that he's going to blow up stuff. He's not going to do anything. But words, his words are causing just stuff to happen worldwide. Just everybody's nervous because of him and his threatening words. We could build friendships or we could build disaster. All right? Excuses. Distractions. Okay, why would we rather fight with a neighbor because their music is loud or because our spouses ask us a simple question while we're trading? Because they supposedly distract us. Is it okay to allow our brains to be negatively programmed? Try to be positive about it. Okay, our own negative talk in our heads, debts, relationships, career, even our friends and colleagues that tell you all their problems. And lastly, the negative information of the media, their distractions. You know, how many people call you up and just tell you their problems? You ask them how you doing, they tell them all the problems, and they go, well, aside from that, I'm really good. No, you're not. You're a mess. All right? Be a gladiator and fight the right fight. Worry about the real distractions and not make excuses why you failed. From a young age, most of us are programmed with poor self-image, except Steve, right? Steve, this guy he woke up with the thesaurus in his hand when he was literally born, and he had a thesaurus in one hand and a big gold ring in the other one. He's my man. Love Steve. He's the man. Steve, how long we know each other? About, 13, almost 14 years, right? Steve? Something like that? It's like 14 years I think we know each other. So, we have poor self-images from a childhood. We have the low self-esteem. And how many times do we find ourselves saying, or somebody else is saying, you'll never be able to do that. You don't have what it takes. I can't win. I can't seem to ever make money. I'm a failure. This is the stuff I hear from traders. This is stuff I hear that comes from traders also. And it's just repeated, but it's coming from originally from their childhood because they haven't changed this negative programming from our childhood. So for the first how many years of your life through high school, all this negative programming, then you have to go out to the world and be positive and successful. So when you come into the markets and you have this negative programming, and I've talked to people over the years, and it's, I never win, or I can't seem to make money, or I'm always on the wrong side of the market. You guys ever feel that? You understand what I'm saying, or am I talking to the wall? You guys with me on this? Do you guys hear me? Okay. Negative programming. We've heard this from ourselves and others for so long. We have destroyed ourselves from the inside out. Think about it. How old are we? How many years of negative input do we have? Then we do not succeed. We don't understand why. We point fingers, make excuses. We create self-doubt. We keep decreasing our self-image of ourselves. And we have to basically start changing that whole little cycle that we're in. What counts is not necessarily the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Dwight Eisenhower. There's a little picture of my old dog King Kong and a little Doberman Pinscher. A mini Doberman, and they're looking at each other. And that little miniature Pinscher is about 13 pounds, but he's got 130 pounds of fight in him. Now, nobody was hurt in this particular picture. They probably ran off and played, but it was a good picture. Fight the fight. We're going to continuously be faced with the negative. There's always going to be a battle with negative forces. There's always going to be, and always will be, that battle between good and evil, that good and bad. So it's our job to put our hands up and face the negative, to fight back and not allow it to hurt us anymore. You got to fight like a gladiator. Your subconscious will go to work for you. Yeah, you do what you ask. It will, if you ask it for something, it will go to work for you and produce the results that you ask of it. Before you can heal yourself from the entire trauma that your brain has endured for the past 20 or 30 years, we need to put a stop to all the negatives. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means you have to shut off that negative television. And I'm guilty of it. I've been watching this Jodi Arias trial on a day-to-day basis. To me, it's the greatest TV show ever. You know, it has all the perfect components of a movie, which they're going to make a movie. Is what it is, but I've gone so far in putting positive in, so what? I step back. But we all have issues to straighten out. But basically, you want to stop the negatives of what is causing you not to succeed or not to go forward. And those negatives that have built up all over your life are causing you not to advance into the future. So if you're coming from another industry into trading, and this has happened, and I see this over and over again, you're limiting yourself income-wise because when you try to go forward into an unknown, When you go forward into an unknown, you get scared. I had talked about this. If I throw you into a swimming pool and you go from one side to the other, you could swim from one side to the other. But if you go into the ocean, and I tell you swim to Cuba, you're never going to make it. Because you go out so far you can't see land. You haven't been there yet. You got to change the game. You have to learn to overcome to become better than that which you've ever been. We have to program our minds to think different no matter how we are when we're asleep, whether we are at work, a play, good or bad times. Have the confidence to overcome whatever stresses, failures, or negative situations that occur. For instance, like to listen to, at night, I like to put on my YouTube videos and just listen to all the positive thinking stuff from Jim Rome and Anthony Robbins and all those speakers. I'm just always constantly putting stuff on. Constantly. Even during the day when we're working, I have positive stuff going on. I'm just listening to it. All right? It's my job to program me on a continuous basis. All right? I need you to quit listening to Coast to him. So, I constantly am trying to program myself, and I'm just kind of saying to you, look, try to cut out the negative as much as you can. And put on that positive. Start thinking more of the positive. You put a lid on that negative thinking that you've had for the past how many years. If somebody's negative around you, just tell them, cut them off and say, buddy, just relax. I can't take that. You're messing up my head. Tell me something good. All right? Try not to get into debates that create negative thinking or negative energy. I just try to walk away. Now, having an issue with Ronnie the other night where some pit bull got aggressive, well, you got to do what you have to do to protect. But you don't go out looking for issues, and you don't want to accept people giving you negatives. You don't want that. Stop the negative and start the positive. Stop saying negative things about yourself or about others and start giving yourself complaints and giving others complaints. Stop listening to your negative thoughts and start reading positive books or tapes or videos, YouTube videos or whatever you got there on the media. Stop entering into a negative mindset and start entering into a positive mindset. Stop allowing negative seeds to grow into trees and start planting seeds that will turn into positive trees. Stop surrounding yourself with negative people and start to associate yourself with positive, successful people. Negative out, positive in. It's not enough to stop the negative talk, thinking, stopping the outside influences from entering into your brain or destroying you. You have to add massive amounts of positive input. Start speaking your future in the present tense and describe exactly what you want. Bill Clinton, when he was running for president the first time, he was up there on television at the Democratic National Convention, and he kept on saying, where there is no vision, the people will perish. And he kept on saying, where there's no vision, the people will perish. And that's right out of the Bible. But what he was trying to say is you have to have vision or you're not going to make it. You have to speak it into existence. You got to talk about it. Joe, I see Joe over here in the chat room. All right? Good. You're cutting negative people out of your life. Good. They don't deserve to be around you. You have a mission. You have a goal to become a successful trader, eventually a hedge fund trader, or manage money, or just manage your own money. Create wealth. Okay? Create financial independence. All right? And you're not a kid anymore, right? You're working it. Get away from that other business you're working in. You're doing something really great, and I'm so proud of you. All right? So continuously add positive input and cut out all that negative talk. If you find yourself speaking bad, and I try not to during the course of the day. Now how hard it is to me to be on this microphone and audio video, and we take a loss. Now how hard it is I just got to cut it off because I understand. There's 21 of us that are subscribed right now. All right. There's 28 people on. There's usually a little bit more, but there's 21. So you guys are trusting me. So that's 21 levels of pressure that's on top of me on a day-to-day basis. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But think of the pressure that I don't enter into a negative mindset. I kind of, and you see how I go through some of the thinking. Like when we take a loss, I have to say, look, let's go through this. See, most people run away when you lose. They hide it. They hide it under the chair. But I go back through it and say, look, here's the play. Here's what we're looking at. I would do this again. So I'm not going to put you guys into a trade that I just haphazard. I definitely would do that particular trade again. We had a trade where it went the wrong way last week when everybody was just exploded. I would do that again because it was the right trade. Or yesterday, I was looking for a little pullback. We have our wins, but once in a while, if a day doesn't work out, big deal. But I go through it again. So it's not like I'm sitting there going, oh, this is bad, I suck, I don't do that. I would not enter into that mindset. Just keep that in mind. I don't want you guys doing it either. Because when you start doing that, it just makes things work. You take away your confidence. All right? So if you start adding positive, cut out the negative, it'll start changing the way you think now, and your conscious will start thinking here and now. Our brains are like a computer. Our conscious mind programs the subconscious. Don't forget that, okay? Ali said, and I love this quote, champions are not made in the gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have that last-minute stamina. They have to be a little faster. They have to have the skill and the will. But the will must be stronger than the skill. So what is that saying to what we do? Your will has to be stronger than your skill. You have to have good skills, obviously. But if you have no confidence, the skills are useless. So you have to have a strong will. Like yesterday morning, the market broke down. We took a loss, but we came right back. Bang, and it ran. Okay? This morning we took a nice win. This afternoon. Your skill, you have to have good skills, but you have to have a will. You can't be scared that the market's going to beat you every time you jump up in front of the computer. You have to have that will to win, that every time you get knocked down, you have to come back harder, stronger. Attack with every fiber in your body, and do not ever let anything keep you down. You're not average. You are made for greatness. Every time you have a breath in your body means you've been given another chance at life. You're creative, you're talented, so don't let anything keep you from making your dreams become a reality. Okay? That's how you read that slide. Not, you have to have the will to win. Every time you get... No! You got to read that slide fast. And aggressive. You got to see the invisible. The laws of attraction. You're combining the laws of attraction, the laws of action and time, the laws of compensation. Makes you reap what you sow. You get out what you put in. If you put nothing in, you get nothing out. So let's think about this. If you're putting 8 hours a day in of work, but let's just say your education. You're putting an hour a day of education, that's 20 hours in the month. But every day you learn, you're compounding your prior education. So let's just say you put in 1 hour a day for 6 months, and that's, man, am I going to do the math? So there's 80 hours in a month times 6. You do the math. Oh, no, it's 20 days in a month. I'm sorry. Times 6. 120 days worth of 120 hours worth of effort. But because every day you're learning more than the prior day, and you keep adding and adding and adding to your education, you're compounding your education of what you put in. You follow? You're not getting linear education. You get an exponential education. Think about that. So if you consistently put a little bit of time every single day, this guy Jeff Olson said, failure is a series of small errors over a period of time. Success is a series of small decisions on a constant basis over a period of time. You reap what you sow. You put one seed in the ground. An apple has 20 seeds or whatever. But how many apples can come from each seed, and how many seeds are in the... This can multiply by thousands from one little seed. So you reap what you sow exponentially. So you can dilute your negative. You can take 1 gallon of coffee and put it, you can take a pool with empty, there's nothing in it, a big swimming pool, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, okay, empty, and you pour in a gallon of coffee. You pour in 50 gallons of coffee, black. So you have this black muck at the corner of the bottom of a pool, Olympic-sized swimming pool. But then you start adding a gallon at a time of positive, gallon at a time of positive, of clear crystal water. There's going to become a time where that water becomes a little bit not as brown, and then diluted, and then rust, and then shaded. And when that pool is filled up, it's going to be crystal clear water. But the question is all that negative still in there? Of course it is. But what you've done, you've diluted so much, you put so much positive into that pool, you've diluted it so much that the coffee, you don't try to erase it. You don't try to erase it. Okay? You're just diluting it. So you can't take away the 40 years, or 30 years, or 20 years, or 50 years of negative that's in your brain, but you can dilute it, right? You can keep diluting it and diluting it and diluting it. Come on, if I didn't have this in me, you think I could do this type of talk? If I didn't been doing this for years, you think I could do this type of talk and put this stuff out? No. If you have a negative mindset, you're definitely not talking about positive. You got to start lifting the limits you place on yourself and approve limitations. Approving unlimited opportunities. Okay? You got to stop limiting yourself and opening up to unlimited opportunity. All right? I talk about, look, you try to make about 2 points a day or whatever, 2 points a day, and maybe I hurt somebody, or maybe I hurt myself by saying that, but I also have to protect the new people coming in. All right? I don't want you guys taking a loss or taking a win and then losing it back at the end of it. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm kind of like creating a little bit of a management skill for your new guys. And those of you guys that have been in the game, you have a couple of other plays you could have taken on your own. I know the NASDAQ was a good play, and then up there, I know RS Trader, he took that little scalp we had on the 3 little drives up into resistance. All right, I can't give that to the little guys. They're not going to know how to manage it real quick. You understand? And what if it goes against them? How are they going to get? So just like little spots here and there. But you got to stop approving unlimited opportunities and stop just thinking small. When I was over at the other business, I was limited. I couldn't do things that we do now. I couldn't do them. I was not allowed to do them, which is okay. She had to do something. You know what I'm saying? They had to do something. But now we got Sky Diva coming with us. I got Lewis with us. I got Solomon in there. I got Steve. I got RS. I got Tippy. I got a nice crew that we're putting together now. Wait till you see all the types of marketing, what we got going on. It's going to blow your mind when everything comes together. We're going to have food for everybody. Whoever wants to educate, mentor, it's going to be there for you. All right? We go in the same direction. One unit, one team. You have to have the faith. What's faith mean? The ability to see what isn't as if it were. Your ability to see the impossible. Just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's impossible, right? Just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's impossible. You have to have the faith, the ability to see the unseen as if it were. Damn Skippy. Hopes and dreams. Do you have a dream? Do you have hopes? And how deep is that conviction for your future success? How bad do you want it? How much time are you putting into the markets each and every night of trading? After the markets close and everything else is done and your family's sleeping, are you watching TV? Are you reading some stupid book that's not related to something that can help you? Are you doing stuff that's not productive for your future and then they're talking about, yeah, I'm going to make it, yeah, I'm going to have a good day tomorrow. No, you're not. Have you did your education? Have you did your charts? I'm prepared every day we come in. I can come in at 9:25. I'm already ready because I already did my work. I already did my work last night, the prior night. You got to do that. Write up your little game plan of what you're looking at. When was the last time you told 5 people about your goals and dreams? Of course, they all tell you couldn't do it, or they get jealous. Oh, I'm going to buy a new Mercedes. I'm going to buy a red, blah, 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 blah. And you explain to them, and you know they're getting jealous through their body because they hate you, because they know they're not doing what you can do. Or if they're so far advanced above you, they're looking at you going, well, that's nice. I got a Lamborghini. Anyway, speak about your future goals and dreams as if they were already achieved. Speak about your goals and future dreams as if they were already achieved. You cannot change the past. You can change the future. I don't care if you're down to your last dollar or a million many times over. You could have goals and dreams. Do you have goals and dreams? Positive programming. Make positive affirmations of ourselves. Input thoughts of success. I'm talented. I'm successful. I'm wealthy. I'm a winner. I'm a great trader. Make your own personal affirmations. Talk to your spouse about the future. Talk to your family about the future. Make claims for your future. Go test drive a new car. Go see a home that you can't personally afford right now, but will. Sorry, Steve. I know you're a quadrillionaire. You can buy any home you want, so maybe go talk to Donald Trump. I don't know. But you're the man. So man without vision is dead. I like picking on Steve. He's one of my best friends. Change is the law of life, and those that only look into the past or present will certainly miss the future. Change is the law of life. Time for change. Look at these things in life and at the next level. Then you automatically will add belief that you will make it in trading and in your life. Shake up, shake out, get rid of all the old ways of thinking, all the old actions, all the old beliefs. Just force change on yourself. You have to. If you continue to what you've always done, you'll continue to have the same results. If you're not happy with those results, guess what? Then change is not only critical, it's vital. And I love that saying that insanity is doing the same things over and over and over again, expecting different results. Your best days are yet to come. This is the first day of the rest of your life. This is the best place to be in the world right now. And I had it at the New York Traders Expo, and I did that in 2007. So today we plant seeds of hope for the future success. And again, what does this mental stuff have to do with the stock market and the future anyway? It has everything. Everybody's, and this is true, right? Everybody's teaching the same stuff. Retracement, sell the rallies. That's the easy part. That's the easy part, right? It's this mental side of the game that nobody's really getting into. You can go to these trading expos or go to any summit. They're all saying the same thing over and over again, just repackaging it. My webinar I did the other day on retracements and commonalities. Gosh, I mean, it's not new, but it's my way of looking at it. It's not new. And this is a phenomenal piece I had pulled out. Energy, even like the biblical grain of mustard seed, will remove mountains. They say if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Jose Balu, 1771 to 1852. Okay, we talked about this in the past. Focus your energy. What we give attention to, we attract. What we hold as vivid images in our mind, we attract. We attract what we focus on, good or bad. We talked about this. Remember the white elephant in the room? If there's a little dot on the wall, or a little teeny, I know as we all grew up, we got that little teeny little pimple that nobody could see, but you could see it. And you're always staring in the mirror at that teeny little dot that nobody could see, but you can see it, and you keep staring at it going, can you see this? Can you see this pimple? Right? That little teeny little microscopic dot that barely nobody can see is the big white elephant. That's what you focused on. It's like you're missing everything else. And it could be anything. Anything. Somebody said something to you negative, And your whole day's screwed up because all you're thinking about is what this person said, and maybe it was a misunderstanding. So we have to focus on good. The energy you emit will trigger the universe to immediately change and adjust. The universal change will happen only if we are in alignment and what we really focus on. I had wanted to get away from the other business. I'm not going to put it in on an audio because I'm going to post this. But I want to get away from the other situation that we were in trading education. I want to get away from that. And it took time. I put it out there to the universe to give me some, give me the ability just to think different, to act different, because I was comfortable for so many years with that. And it took time, and I put it out there, and the universe came together and said, okay, time for you to make a change. And I made the change. And then I took a little bit of silence. And I put it out there again and said, okay, please give me direction. How I want this model to go. I want to have a trading education. I want to have a live room. I want something where we can speak with people, have a good team around me. I want a business where we can educate the masses through audios and videos. I want to have a service where we could put signals only, maybe just signals, an alert that could shoot worldwide. All these little things I thought about that are happening now. I like network marketing. I like sales. I like creating sales teams. I thought, what can I do that we can combine both worlds of trading and MLM? So now I got two businesses that are getting started within the same one, but it's all cored around trading and education. But yet I give the ability to people who don't know how to trade, who don't have the money to trade, but yet they can build themselves a sales organization, a team, and they can create their residuals, their overrides, their network by marketing our products. And yet so I put all this together and I put it out there to the world, to the energy, and it comes back. So I did the thing. I put it out there, and the universe started making its changes and allowing. Just like right now, up until the last moment, when we get into the back end stuff, the girl's she's programming right now, but she don't know she's not going to be that site is not going to remain. I had to make a sudden turn because I put it out there. Give me somebody that can help me put something massive together, turnkey, and bang! I literally put an ad on the internet on this Elance. I put it out there, and within a day, I had 5 people tell me they know that particular product. Interviewed all of them, and I saw one guy's work, phenomenal. He's already rocking and rolling on it instantaneously. He's already rocking it. Now here's the crazy thing. The people at that new software company would have done it for me. But you know what? I told them, I want to do it myself. I have my own team. And then if you can mess with it later on afterwards, improve it. And they said, that's perfect. I'd rather save my ammunition. So what you put out energy-wise, the universe will make it happen. You have to believe it. You have to believe it without a shadow of a doubt. You got to harness the energy. You got to harness like the sun through a magnifying glass. Like you have to have laser vision where you take that sun, that big giant sun in the middle of a summer when it's 100 degrees out, and that sun comes down from the sky through that little 3-inch magnifying glass, and you could burn leaves and paper. And if you put that magnifying glass over your hand and you put that to a pinnacle of a dot, you could burn your hand. That's the kind of energy you gotta harness. Okay? You can't be like the sun being all over the place. You have to take all that into a pinnacle of a dot. And send out so much powerful energy that it will return to you 100 times more powerful. You got to continuously ask the universe for help. That's what I've been doing with this whole website. Do you know I'm trying to do this all together? All right, I got a team, but I'm trying to put the energy out there of give me the right people to pass my life. All right, Lewis has been helping me out, and this is great because I need to maybe make some phone calls. I need to do some other things, and he steps in. It allows me to handle some other stuff, and you guys do not miss a beat. It's seamless. All right? Now Joey's starting to come around. We got Sky coming in. I have another friend of mine who does a lot of the type of work I do with the relationships and commonalities. We've been talking. He's in London, so he's really excited. So we may get him rocking with us a little bit. He's going to be on. He's great guy. I just have to talk to him first. The universe is like your assistant, really ready, willing, and able to work and help you. You just have to ask it. But you can't ask with doubt. You can't have doubt when you ask for something. Okay, you can't say, I want, when you ask for a glass of water, I want a glass of water. You're going to get that glass of water. You can't say, I want a glass of water. Give me a little bit of wine. No. You want a glass of water. You know confidently. You want a car, or you want something specific. You got to be extremely specific about what you're asking for. All right? The universe will help you, but you got to be specific. If you don't ask, the universe doesn't know what you want. Imagine going to dinner and you don't order. You just sit there, and the waitress comes over and she's like, "What do you like?" And you just look at it and smile. She's not gonna. And if you say to her, "Well, bring me a steak," and she brings you a steak and it's well done, and you go, "I don't want it well done. I wanted it rare." Well, you didn't ask for it rare. You asked for a steak. Well, give me a soda. And she brings you a Sprite. I don't want Sprite. I wanted Pepsi. You didn't ask for Pepsi. You asked for soda. And that's specifically Pepsi or Sprite. It's a soda. You asked for a new car. You asked the universe, "Oh, give me a Cadillac. Give me a Cadillac." And you get a rusty, broken down 1962 Cadillac. That's not what you asked for. You have to be specific. You can have what you want effortlessly if you ask for it. You have to, before you see it, you have to believe it. You have to believe it before you see it. Believe the impossible. Opportunities are boundless if you only believe and ask for them. And the universe loves to have things happen in rapid speed. It doesn't like to take its time. If you are so specific in your wants and needs and requests, the universe wants to put it together fast. Now, there's also the law of time. You can't go from zero to billionaire. It takes time. You have to be a little bit commonsensical. Focus your energy. The ability to tap into infinite source is your gift from the higher power. It has been with you since the day you were born. Whether you believe in God or Allah or the universe or whatever you believe in, that's your own situation right there. I'm just saying a higher power, because I hope you think there's something more than you. And if you don't, that's fine also. That's your belief. But for me, it has to come from somewhere else. So I tap into that and try to bring it into my life to make me stronger. The same as you guys, like Joe. You're taking a trade this morning, right? Or whatever. You're taking trades. You're tapping into a higher knowledge, so to say, in the market, right? So it's not like you're doing it. You're tapping in and you're succeeding because you're tapping in. Do you follow what I'm saying? That's all. So you want to tap it, go even higher. You want to go to that whole universal thinking. But on a smaller level, you're tapping into something that's giving you more knowledge. All right? Our emotional, spiritual, mental state must be in harmony with our goals, dreams, and subconscious minds. Write that down. You are what you are attracting in life, and it's a result of energy vibrations you are emitting. The energy you put out is directly related to what you have accomplished up until now. You are where you are in life because you've been asking for it, because you've been putting it out, and that's where you want to be, good, bad, or otherwise. You are where you are right now in every aspect. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Because that's what you've been wanting. You've been putting it out. Your success or failure in life is a result of what you have asked for. So ask for more. Even if you are immensely successful or not, ask for more. If you continue to focus on what you have today, you're going to continue to have the same results. So think a little bit different. Start writing goals a little bit down. Start thinking a little bit out of the box. A minor shift in your thoughts can alter your future. You just have to refocus your thoughts on what you want rather than what you have. What we focus on, the energy we'll emit, and what we say to ourselves will attract more of the same. So you're focusing and speaking what you want. Some people have the golden touch. They have the right energy. I have to work 20 times as hard. Some people, it just comes right to them. I don't get it. But I do get it because they've got the right, they're in sync. They may not realize it, but they're in perfect harmony. Successful people ask for gifts just like a child at Christmas time asking for presents. And you guys, some of you have kids, some of you don't, most of you do. But think about it. Or even Ronnie, okay? Every day she's looking at me and she's thinking, what? Treat. That's all in her mind. Treat. And she gets a treat. Right? Simple. But children around Christmas time, what do you tell them? What do you tell children at Christmas time? Make a list and check it twice. Gonna find out if you're naughty or nice. Make a list. Let's send it to Santa. Santa's universe. Okay? Santa's the universe. So kids put all their lists together. They put their dreams together. I want this XYZ toy. I want this for Christmas. I'm going to get this for Christmas. They tell all their friends, what do you want for Christmas? I'm going to get the supersonic califragilistic toy. I'm going to get this video game. I'm getting my new iPhone 5. I can't wait. I'm going to get the iPhone 5.6 on Christmas. And they're telling all their friends and they're going to get it. And they're writing the Santa Claus at the top and they're scribbling underneath, I want my iPhone 5.5, and they put their lines and they circle it with big lines and they highlight it and they send it into Santa Claus. And they get it. Why? Because they asked for it without a shadow of a doubt. They knew what they wanted. They put it out to the universe, and the universe gave it to them. We're teaching our kids when they're young how to ask for things from the universe. But what happens? Soon as it comes to the point where they don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, and they have goals, the parents are saying, well, you're not smart enough for that. No, you can't do that. Don't do that, Johnny. No, don't go out there with your friends. No, you're going to fall down. You're going to lose that. Put that in your pocket. You're going to lose it. No, don't do that. You're not. That's not for you. Don't become a computer guy. You're not smart. You understand? You change their life by what you say, because they're thinking different now. When you just were teaching them for the first several years of their life, then all they have to do is write it down. Write their goals. And they get it. What you think of and mentally perceive will become to reality. The subconscious mind programs the subconscious mind. We talked about this. Our thoughts will create ideas that impress upon our subconscious. This affects the universe. Our thoughts create harmonic waves, which send signals out to the universe, like dropping a pebble in the center of a pond. You drop a pebble into the center of a pond, you see the little waves go out in a perfect circle for 10, 20, 30 feet. All right? You have that same power to tap into that infinite source of wealth and abundance. You just got to tap into it and learn how to just ask for things without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? I'm telling you something. I wrote this whole webinar. I started one night after the market closed on a Friday. And I didn't stop until Saturday and wrote everything you see on this thing that I put. I didn't stop and I put it all down. I couldn't do that normally. I asked for it. And I just started typing. And I created a webinar in 2007 or 2006 from a Friday night till a Saturday. I didn't sleep and I created all this. It was just coming out. It was just oozing out of me. I was asking for more knowledge. You just got to ask for it. It doesn't matter what it is. That goes for trading. It's all around trading and all around your life. There are no limitations of what you can have. You just have to ask for it. Your intentions become manifestations. Positive intentions can transform and attract things you want. Positive intentions. You have to intend to do it right, not by mistake. The universe will make us changes and adjustments so events can take place for us. Just like where we are today. Where we are today. The universe has made all these different changes and events based upon all of our collective thoughts and dreams that we all wanted something different and we all ended up in the same room. The universe will give us what we are emotionally attached to, positive or negative. Our subconscious will work for us, asleep or awake. It will tap into the universe and get us what we want. See, when you program yourself, when you're doing your self-program, when you're speaking what you want, you're doing all your education, and that's all you're thinking about. And you're thinking about these bull flag patterns or retracement patterns, or Rafi was asking, where do I get into a bull flag or bear flag pattern? Well, hell, man, I'm showing you guys every day. You're getting where, at the levels where all the zones come together. Okay? All those little zones come together that I've been showing you. I'm drawing out retracement levels, extension levels, projection levels. You guys getting that? I'm drawing it out on a day-to-day basis, and we're watching these zones. You got to do it yourself at night. You have to go to the charts in the past and start working that out. That's how I'm got so quick at it years ago. You have to do it on a day-to-day basis. Looking at the market profile. Looking at the oscillators. Looking at the market internals. Just put it all together. You're going to lose. You're going to win. But you have to be emotionally attached to this. You really do. Trust me, I could not speak to you the way I do all these times without being emotionally attached to your success. I could not do it. You know if somebody's real or fake. And you have to have an emotional attachment. You have to know in the bottom of your gut that this is for you. Joe, you're a new trader. Okay? You're a new trader in the room. You have to have an emotional attachment. You have to go to bed with tears in your eyes, knowing that your future is in the palm of your hands. You can do this without a shadow of a doubt, that this is not a big deal. You have to have tears in your freaking eyes. An emotion that when you think about your future and think about everything that you're learning and everything you're doing, you have that emotional attachment when you go to sleep at night, when you wake up at night. This is your life. All right? You have to become obsessed with anything you want to become successful at. It is what it is. Look at Lewis, a bodybuilder, and his wife, the triathlete. I mean, come on. These people have to be obsessed. I'm not that obsessed. I'd rather watch TV. I'd rather eat a donut. Sorry, Lewis. I know you're going to hear this. A child emotionally attached to his Christmas list, wake up to find the presents under the tree. The child is learning to manifest those thoughts into realities. Think about this on Christmas time. Think about how you teach kids to have goals, dreams, and positive energy and laws of attraction. You're teaching kids on Christmas time or Hanukkah time, whatever you guys believe in. I don't know anything about anything else. All I know is about Christmas. Everybody likes Christmas. I don't care what religion. Everybody likes Christmas bonuses. So, lightning storm. Strive for mental and emotional stability. When you're not in harmony with the universe, you're subject to extreme mood swings and loss of control. When you're not in harmony with the universe, when you're not in harmony with yourself, you're subject to these mood swings, these loss of control, because you're not in harmony. You're out of harmony. You're out of balance. Just like we talk about with the markets. Markets go into a balance zone. Then when they get out of balance, they just run. They're all over the place. They run. Opportunity. When something's in balance, it's hard to have opportunity. Negative energy attracts more negative energy, creating a lightning storm within our body. It's like two dogs fighting. They start rousing up, and they get more and more aggressive. The same thing with people. When you start arguing at a little level, and then it becomes louder and louder and louder and louder, come on. Or negative becomes more negative. With excess and negative energy, we create an electric shock to our body. We need to ground ourselves. Eliminate excess energy from and prevent lightning from striking. Think about this. Whenever you're getting a negative tilt, look to try to get into balance. Just change the subject. Walk away. Breathing exercise. There's a lot of times when I talk about this with my dogs. I called the royal family. I was king, queen, and prince. When I'm stressed, I'll take Ronnie and just pet her because dogs like to attract, will accept your energies, good or bad. And if you take a dog and you're stressed out, good or bad stress, and you start petting them, they feel it coming from you, and they get all excited. Just rub your hands through their body and just ask them. You're asking, just accept my energy. Just take this negative energy off of me, and you're balancing yourself. You could place your hands on a tree. Seriously. You literally could place your hands on a tree and just basically just mentally ask the tree to accept this negative energy from you. Or put it on the ground. Get grounded. That's what they call it. Get grounded, right? You put your hands on the ground, on the sand. And I was doing this back when I was in South Florida. I did this webinar. So I would go and put my hands on the sand because I lived on the beach. So I just go sit on the chair and I just put my hands there and just kind of just give a little meditation. Say, look, just energy, just please leave my body and go into the earth. Ground me. Give away the negative. Take in the positive. Think good thoughts. Smile. Smile. Obey the laws of belief, the laws of expectation, laws of time, laws of attraction, and laws of compensation. Who's your daddy? That's King Kong, and I still have that Mercedes, but that was my King Kong. Make a plan. There's something magical about handwritten goals. If you don't have a plan to win, you automatically have a plan to fail. Imagine a football game with no end zone. Can you imagine 24 people running around the field, or 22 without any goals? They're just running around like a bunch of idiots. Nobody could win. They're just running around. You have to have a goal, even in a baseball game or a football game. Develop your game plan, what you trade, the methodologies. I have an article I put out, the trading game. So if you guys want that, I could email it to you. Trading is a business and must be treated as such. All positive thinking in the world is useless unless you have a plan of action. So you can be all the positive in the world, but unless you technically got it right, it don't matter. So they go hand in hand. You technically and mentally have to be on the same page. By creating a business plan, you're feeding your brain thoughts of success. New plans for your business will also create new personal goals. All right? So you're making your plans, the technical side. You're making your plans, plus you're educating yourself on the technical, plus the mental, so you see how everything's starting to come together. All right. The movie The Secret is on DVDs. It was funny. It's just funny because at the time when I originally started doing this stuff, I didn't even heard about it. So push above your highest success, your best, move to the next level. Brain chatter. Fear is a powerful emotion. Fear of failure and fear of success. Fear. False evidence appearing real. We have to control that constant chatter in the brain. Success or failure thinking. Trust me, when I'm out there looking at this stuff for you guys all day long, I don't have any brain chatter. I can't. You can't allow yourself to have any brain chatter. You can't. You have to just eliminate it. Don't even think about this. Anything. You got that devil and angel on your shoulders. Get rid of the ego. It's the biggest killer. We need to train our brains like Pavlov's dog. Trigger words. Okay? Negative words trigger shutdown or trigger positive affirmations. Think about that. You hear somebody saying something negative, you turn that into a positive. Somebody saying negative, shut down. Don't even listen to it. Close your ears. Walk away. This is until you can build yourself up mentally where you're confident. The victory is yours. If you know there was $1 million diamond on the beach, how hard would you look for it? Would you make excuses, do whatever it takes to find it? You have to have the constant hunger for success. There's no room for complacency. King Kong has no fear. Well, he didn't. He was the most... Neither should you. Be a gladiator and raise your sword in victory. Serena Williams. The Australian Open. Read about this one back several years ago. In Game 5 against Nadia Petrova, she was down, but the winner inside of her staged a comeback, winning the second and third sets, beating Janovic and Valislova, and on and on. One of the greatest comebacks in tennis history. Eventually annihilated Maria Sharapova in an overwhelming performance of 6-1, and 6-1 to become the greatest champion with her 8th Grand Slam title, and this is back in 2007 era. Positive. We're coming to the end. Positive affirmations. There is limitless supply, and it's mine. I release my need for financial insecurity. I'm financially secure. I'm surrounded by loving, giving people. I release my need to feel needy. I have everything I want or need. I release my fear of wealth and wellness. I'm healthy, wealthy. I allow myself to prosper. I trust that I will create abundance. I have more than I need in every area of my life. I open myself to receive the abundance of the universe. I release my need for debt. I'm solvent. I'm safe and secure. I enjoy a steady flow of positive energy. I'm loved, accepted, acknowledged, and appreciated. I have resources to develop my own creative expression. I'm successful. I freely express my creativity. I'm living my dreams. I have plenty of time and money. I always succeed. Everything I touch turns to riches. I'm always productive. I respect my abilities. I create insight. You got to write this stuff down. You have to write it for yourself and read it back to yourself. I'm constantly adding to my income. I'm always spend money wisely. The universe is looking after me. I always have enough for all my needs. I'm rewarded for all the work I do. When you go to sleep at night, and this is the end. Good night, boss. I'm giving myself another raise tomorrow. I'm going to create more wealth tomorrow. I'm a winner. I'm a success. I'll do whatever it takes to succeed. I pay the full price of success. I don't want any shortcuts. Shortcuts are for losers. I want to go the full 15 rounds in my fight. There are no shortcuts to success. I will not and cannot be denied because I'm a winner. I'm hungry to win. I'm like a pit bull eating a bone. I will not give up for any reason. I'm a gladiator, ready to fight. I'll fight for that good fight. Pay any price. Do whatever it takes. Because I'm a winner. And I will not be denied. Gang, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your week. I hope you enjoyed your trading. Next week is going to be phenomenal. And thank you very much for being part of my family.